All right, welcome back. You ready for some new adventures in writing this week? Right now, I have open the course content pages and just kind of want to walk you through the pages that you'll see under illustration essay. There's an overview as per usual that gives you, all the things that we're going to be doing in this unit. And this is the big picture piece. So that's a good place to check out. And then we have writing practice and improvement to top the week off this week, as well as an APA exercise. I want to double check, but I believe that we have a lighter week this week. So I'm going to go up to the syllabus and download that. And then we'll talk about what you need to get done this week and where we're headed in the big picture. You notice there's sort of a cycle. We do some exercises, we do some discussion boards, and then we do a paper. And you just turned in your literary analysis paper. So I'm going to guess that this week is going to be a little lighter week for you. I hope you enjoy that. And we're getting into March already, or we are in March. How's that for just the year moving right along? This is our last week before spring break. So it is sort of a lighter week, and I don't want you to get started on something and then you have to like redo it again to get back into it after spring break. So I was right. You're doing a grammar exercise of choice and an AP exercise. Some of these page numbers might be tricky, so let's be patient with me on this. Basically, here's what's going on. Wanted to take a pause in the writing part to kind of back up and analyze what it is that you want to work on in terms of your writing. And so if you look at the page I just had opened that was 4-1, it will have a list of grammar exercises from the Aaron text. And it will give you some choices of different writing tools and skills that you can do just a grammar book, old school grammar book exercise on. But it's also going to ask you to tell why you chose that and what you feel like you were able to accomplish as a result of that exercise. Now, obviously, I don't expect you to say, well, I always struggle with commas, and no, I don't. But maybe just a statement of how the comma exercise reminded you of some basic rules, and you realized you always forget and use a comma instead of a semicolon or something like that, okay? Then our APA exercise is a required exercise by the school, and I've made it kind of generic, but I think it's general in that sense, but it's not busy work. I wanted you to be able to see the differences between APA and MLA. APA stands for the American Psychological Association, and if you're in nursing or psychology or a sociology field, it could be that your professors want you to use APA. And sometimes English teachers do too. It's just that MLA stands for I would say making life awful. Just kidding. It's Modern Language Association. So it's more of the literature, reading type fields tend to use MLA, journalism, that kind of, there's also a journalism style. But so we've got MLA and APA. We're using MLA for this class, but I wanted to introduce you to get your feet wet to APA, and we're doing it through a simple comparison. You just have to go to the textbook, look up the APA and MLA sections, and do some comparison work. Let's jump to this, back to this grammar exercise that I speaking of, because these are the only two assignments this week. I purposely create a lighter week at this time in the year just because I feel like consistently we all need it. Obviously, if you want to read ahead, we're going to be working on a illustration essay next, and if you want to work ahead, you are more than welcome to do that. But this is all you have to do the week before spring break. So, but it's all under the illustration essay heading. Okay, and I hope we don't have a blizzard for your spring break, but it just is crazy out, isn't it, this weather? Okay, this is exercise 4-1. This is your list of topics right here, and there are exercises to match each of those topics in the textbook. And if you're having trouble finding the page numbers, look for the exercise numbers. Okay? So if you're having trouble finding the page numbers, look for the exercise numbers. The exercise numbers will be accurate. If you have any trouble with that, let me know. I know we are working sometimes in two different versions of the same textbook. Okay, so these are lots of choices, more rudimentary type of stuff. I always liken it to sharpening the saw. We try to cut down cut down trees with butter knives sometimes, if you know what I mean. And sometimes we just need to sharpen the saw so that when we go at the writing when we come back from spring break, it's sharp and ready to cut trees down, or in our case, create a digital file of our writing, right? Good work so far. Keep up, keep communicating, keep your posts and discussion board meaningful, and have a really wonderful and refreshing spring break. Even if you don't get out of town, hopefully you can find a few rays of sunshine, or at least a change in routine that refreshes and renews you for when you come back. Have a great week.